to simple tenses, present and past. Let's start with an example of the affirmative form of present. Every day I study in my laptop. It helps a lot in my process. As you can see, when using first person as well as second and plurals, the verb keeps its basic form. However, when using third person in singular, it will change its form, adding an s at the end. Let's compare it with the affirmative form of past. Yesterday, I studied in my laptop. It was very useful. Here, we can notice that the verbs change to their past form. Remember that we have regular and irregular verbs. Regular verbs will end in ed, past form, while irregular verbs might change. Continuing with our story, let's talk about the negative form of present. Though sometimes it doesn't have all the information I need for my classes, and I don't like missing details. Here, we can notice how important it is to use the auxiliary word do or does depending on the person or subject in the sentence. For example, when using it as a third person in singular, we need to use does or doesn't in its negative form. Also, for first, second person in plurals, we're going to use do or don't in its negative form. It's always important to remember as well that the verbs will keep their basic form, as the auxiliaries will keep the rules of, for example, adding the s when having a third person. And what about the negative form of past? Let's compare. Though it didn't have all the information I needed for my classes. Notice how the auxiliary word changes to didn't, being did the past of do. Also notice that the verb still keeps its basic form. And what about the questions in present? Let's have a look at it. Do you like dressing nice for college? I do. What do I wear today? Let's talk about this clause or yes-no question. As you see, it is also very important to use the auxiliary word do at the beginning of the question. This is a golden rule that you need to remember. And the verb, as always, will keep its basic form. For open questions, we also need to use the auxiliary word do. However, we will add the WH question we need according to the information we're asking for at the beginning of the question. As always, the verb keeps its basic form. Let's compare it now with the questions in past. Did I choose a good outfit? Oh, I'm late for the bus. Why didn't it stop? Guess what? For close questions in the past, the rule is the exact same. Just keep the auxiliary word in past did at the beginning of the question and keep the verb in the basic form. And what about open questions? It's the exact same thing. Just remember to use your auxiliary word did in past to make sure you keep your sentence or your question in past. Also, remember to add the WH word that will specify the kind of information you're looking for. As always, the verb or action doesn't change. Okay, keep calm. Hope it was useful. Good luck.